So before we begin the teaching, please everybody generate bodhicitta, thinking that you are receiving this teaching for the benefit of all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment.
首先，在听课之前呢，请大家发殊胜的菩提心。四位今天来闻法是为了令无量的一切的有情获得佛果。
Cast away any distraction or any negative emotions because we all spending 2 hours for meritorious action.
请放下内心的种种的干扰、杂念和负面的情绪。我们下面的2个小时呢，是把它专注在善业上。
So we either spend 2 hours for gathering accumulation of merit, receiving blessing, or we waste our time.
我们这2个小时呢，可以就是用来积累福德积累资粮，领受加持，或者呢，也就可以完全把它浪费掉。
So now, 1 minute, make sure we truly generate bodhicitta and thinking that we're receiving this for the benefit of all beings, especially follow the footsteps of masters.
下面我们就花1分钟禅修一下，确保自己真实的发起了菩提心，为了利益所有的有情众生，特别是呢发愿呢，愿自己跟随这些成就者的足迹。
All right, so I mainly doing this for myself because I'm very emotional person. If I don't be careful, then I will be wasting my time.
我特别这样做呢，实际上是为了我自己，因为我是一个比较情绪化的人，如果不好好的、不仔细、谨慎的话呢，就很容易就是浪费自己的时间了。
So yesterday we talked about the second Kamasachi, who was very strong and always like to fight and end up, facing in jail and then renounced and practice and achieve liberation.
昨天我们分享了第二世伽马萨楚的故事，他年轻的时候呢就非常的好勇斗狠，然后呢就被关到了监狱里，他因此而升起了出离心，然后不断的精进，然后获得了成就。
So there was you as tough as Lord Maba, the translator, your commitment revealed yet similar paths. The depth of your bodhicitta equaled Genesis about to you, wholly being drunk on realization.
那这是对伽马萨楚的李静文，就说您的坚韧呢，就如同马尔巴大医师，您的精进呢，堪比解尊弥勒日巴尊，然后您的菩提心呢，甚深呢，等同观世音菩萨，像您这样沉醉在解脱乐中的尊者，我顶礼。
And then that's where Kamasachi did retreat.
这张照片呢是伽马萨楚他做闭关的地方。
Known as Sankon Marble, the red cabin.
它是叫做红色的闭关房。
And then we talk about his life story, which was recorded. So those of you didn't get a chance to join yesterday could receive those.
我们然后分享了他的生平故事。如果你昨天没有听过呢，你可以就是有那个这个有录音，有录像，你可以再回听一下。
That was the dedication. This holy Dharma is profound. Through pure holy Samaya, you, holy being, were victorious. I dedicate this in threefold holiness.
这是回向文，就说此圣法教甚深，以尽三昧耶力，贤者获胜如您，三重殊胜回向。
Then next we talk about Nankatapa, who was opposite of Kamasachi. Nankatapa was very gentle and he was acting as a beggar, but very gentle, calm, and compassionate, and who mainly emphasized on practicing of tawning in action.
那我们还分享了南卡扎巴的故事，他呢正好跟伽马萨楚呢是相反的，他的性格呢非常温和，就主要以游方乞食为生，然后他主要的修持呢就是自他交换，他在实际的行持来做自他交换。
renounced all the spoils of existence. Your mind is moist with love and compassion. Holy One, you love beings as your own children. Please dwell smiling in our hearts of faith.
这是对南卡扎巴的礼敬文，就说您呢舍弃了三有欲乐，身心浸染着慈与悲，爱生如子，贤者您，住无心间展笑颜。
And then we talk about his life story, and this is with the Jeku Monastery, where Nakatapa was from.
那然后我们分享了他的生平故事，然后这个图片显示的是节骨寺，是南开扎巴的祖寺。
And then he kind of meditated in this in a prayer temple, and then the next day they discovered he was sitting meditation and floating in a few inches so above the ground.
那就是在他临终的时候呢，他要求住在这样一个转经房里面。第二天早晨，人们发现他已经作化了，他的身法体呢离地有几个英寸。
Then we did the dedication. Although you perfected the actions of the 6 paramitas, your actions for beings' benefit were unpredictable. Some judging you by your actions called you good or bad, but you proved to be beyond the actions of our judging minds.
这个是最后的回向文，说您虽然已经圆满了6种波罗蜜，但是您的立生事业方便，是难以思议的。有些人想要妄测您的行仪，论断好坏，但是尊者的行仪呢是这个凡夫的心，不能论断的。
So this, all of this story of masters and also a perfect example or perfect instruction for us to, train our mind, not judging others, how they act, how they talk, etc.
所有这些圣者的行仪呢，实际上是我们这个圆满的一个典范，也是给我们的圆满的教言，就是教导我们呢，不要去随意的妄自的去评判别人的行为。
And also, like when we do meditation, we always judge in our feelings, like, oh, I think this is meditation, maybe not. I feel good with this feeling. I want to be calm. So sometimes, that's how we kind of tired of, feelings, and then slowly, discover that, real meditation is beyond judgmental thoughts.
那另外就是我们在做禅修的时候呢，也特别倾向于就是有这个总是在判断自己的觉受是好还是坏，自己心里特别希求宁静，等等的。但是当我们种种的这种觉受都枯竭之后呢，耗尽之后呢，我们会发现呢，真正的禅修呢，它是超越于我们这些感受之外的。
So today we begin with the mad Siddhas mad.
今天我们继续讲呢，来自达朗的风行者。
Yedrunye jijino kujamarogaizande. Through through your heart was moist with the water of compassion. Your external discipline was that of wrathful behavior. The magic dance of such Lord Siddhas, such great beings, is beyond the reach of thought.
这是李静文。首先说呢，您的心呢是深深的浸染着大悲水，但是外呢，您现的是愤怒型的律仪。大成就者如是贤，幻化有五，难思议。
That's the monastery, Palam Monastery.
这是他的寺庙唐龙 Monastery。
This is the old monastery, and this is current.
左面这个是那个寺庙原来的老的样子，然后右面这个是新建的样子，塔朗寺。
It's a Satya monastery, and all the Satya monastery, the monks' quarter, or it's painted like a kind of dark blue color.
这是一座萨迦的寺庙，所有萨迦寺庙呢，它的这个僧众的寮房呢，都是刷成这种深蓝色的。
And the Kaju monasteries, the monks' quarters are all white, like Milarepa's cartoon cloth.
噶举的寺庙呢，僧众的寮房都是全白的，就像密勒日巴穿的白布衣一样。
That's another angle of the monastery.
这是从另一个角度拍的这个寺庙。
好妙啊！ So beautiful, like those meditators, when they sit down and all this is limitless sky, so blue and nothing can block it.
那这个地方非常的美丽，就是常常这样天空，就是碧蓝如洗的，禅修者在这里禅坐的时候，一眼望去呢，就是没有任何阻挡，就是开阔无垠的样子。
And now, his actual story is that the mad on the book, page 11, the mad Siddha of Talong, a Satya monastery, exhibited the discipline of wrathful freedom from action.
那这个他的故事是在这个书的第11页，说呢他是来自萨迦塔朗寺的风行者，他展现的呢是愤怒型的律仪。
After undertaking renunciation, the mad Siddha wandered from place to place. He was a large man and always appeared, judging by his facial expression, to be angry.
就是说他出家之后呢，这个风行者呢就从一地游荡到另一地，他的身材非常高大，而且表情呢看起来总是很生气的样子。
He spoke aggressively to everyone he met, regardless of their social status. Everyone feared him. However, his heart was actually moistened by the water of compassion. He would carry the corpses of the poor and of people who had died of contagious disease such as leprosy to the Jana grounds.
那他无论是遇到谁呢，不管他们社会地位是如何的，他都是对他们呢说着很粗暴的话，每个人都非常的害怕他。但是其实他的内心是浸润着大悲之水的，他会把穷人的尸体呢，或者得传染病，像麻风病，这样去世的尸体呢，扛到墓地去。
Because sometimes if someone is like homeless or others like die, or any place and could be casted. So he was always concerned about anybody who passed and doesn't have any family members or such.
因为呢，就是经常有一些流浪者、无家可归者，他们就会随时随地都可能死去，然后呢，就可能会他们的尸体就没有人管，也没有家人来帮助安葬。然后这位风行者呢，就特别关心这件事情，他会把他们安葬。
And then sometimes people die from different conditions. As leprosy is one example, but also die from like accidents, and the body was, it's kind of split, or just sometimes, really die from a spirit condition, and the body looks very, very scary. So, what's his name? This Siddha was, it was not concerned any of those because of the compassion. Not only compassion, because of his compassion, he has a a realization that goes beyond fear or beyond any doubts or any he has no fear that people will criticize if he talk whatever he's want to talk from his mind.
那他呢，就一般呢，还有人们会死于其他的一些事故，疾病，像麻风病，或者有的时候呢，就是着了魔这样死去，他那些尸体呢，都是看起来非常可怖的。但是呢，出于大悲，这位风行者呢，成就者呢，他不仅仅是出于大悲，而且呢，由于他的证悟呢、觉悟呢，已经超越了种种的恐惧、怀疑，所以他具足无畏，也不畏惧别人。就是他说什么呢，也是就是直心的，就是有什么说什么，从来不畏惧别人怎么样来评判他。
Whenever the corpse he was carrying was particularly heavy, he would piously scold the corpse, saying, "Why are you so heavy? And what did you eat?"
每当他扛的这个尸体特别重的时候呢，他就会恶狠狠地咒骂这个尸体，说你为什么这么重？并且说你到底吃了什么？
He would also strike the corpse. After doing so, he would announce, "You are lighter now." Easily slide the body over his shoulder and bring it to the vultures.
他还会击打这个尸体，然后呢，就宣布说：“现在你轻多了。”然后就轻松的把尸体甩到肩上，给老鹰们送过去。
Because there's corpse when people die, it's very important for them to be, carries a special place according to their astrology or their age or which day was born. And most Tibetan cemeteries location could be more isolated on the mountain, so it's not a place where people visit them or doing distract them.
那个通常呢，一般根据风水，和就是一般的这些尸体呢，实际上是应该就是做特殊的、特别的埋葬，埋葬在特别的地方，就要根据风水和他们的年龄等等来做判断。通常这些就是葬区的墓地呢，都是在非常偏远的地方，就是这样好让这个常人呢不要经常打扰。
So then he would carry to the channel ground and give them to vultures. And because sometimes, if you, that's why here you, cremate them. If your body is left behind, nobody cared. And then the consciousness will always have attachment to their body. And then the people who decease, if they see that nothing happened to their body, and they would come back and possibly they could harm to the family of the place.
那通常呢，这个尸体呢是要处理的。然后那这个奉行者呢，就会把这些尸体呢，搬到这些偏远的墓地，就是送给那个天葬，就是送给老鹰，吃掉。一般如果说这个尸体不火化掉的话，就留着不做处置的话呢，一般这个亡者呢，看到他的身体还在，他就还会回来，就是因为执着，所以他会回来呢，就有可能对当地的那些人呢造成伤害。
And also, when you bring after person die and the body to the channel ground, and there are different ages of individual, and the location and astrology, especially when you give to the vultures, and sometimes the vultures doesn't come. Even they come, they seem like scared of the corpse.
那当人去世之后呢，就是要送到这个墓地，是要他们安葬的这个方位呢，风水呢是要看那个他年纪的。有的时候呢，就是你给这个秃鹫吃呢，有时候秃鹫不来，有的时候他们来了呢，也不敢吃这个尸体，就会感到害怕。
Especially the person died with someone did a lot of killing in their life, or they're doing a lot of bad things, and truly display after they die. So the vultures kind of looking at the corpse and then trying to get closer, but they are hungry, but then they walk away, and then we have to perform spiritual ritual, and then after that they come back and may eat.
特别是有些人呢，比如说他是从事杀业很重的，或者做了很重的恶业的，他们去世之后呢，虽然这个秃鹫呢会过来想要走近，秃鹫也很饿，但是他们看一看就又走了，这就是一个征象的。然后这时候的人们呢，通常就会做一些特别的仪轨，做完之后呢，这些秃鹫再来就会吃这个尸体了。
And then sometimes like their boss, the vulture, the men, they have the normal vultures come, but they wait for their boss. They have a special leader, and the leader would circulate around, in the sky. It's just very elegant. Take his time, and then slowly comes down to the ground, and then walk around and look at all of this. His friends, or those his subjects, and then slowly he will eat. Until he eats, everybody has to wait.
那有的时候呢，这些大部分的这些秃鹫都来了，但是他们还在等他们的老板，就他们的领头的。这个领头的秃鹫呢，它会在天空中就是很优雅的绕着飞好几圈，然后呢，它就慢慢的降下来，然后沿着这个墓地呢走，就是绕着这个巡视一番，看看他周围的朋友，然后才开始慢慢的享用。他享用之前呢，是这些其他秃鹫都不敢动的。
Pepong, during Hamilai. And so then they slowly eat, but they monks, when we used to cut in pieces, and also the bones kind of chop down, and then they will eat everything.
那通常呢，一般僧人会把这个尸体呢分成小块儿，让这些秃鹫好可以享用。然后呢，也会把这个骨头砸碎，所以他们几乎是把所有东西都吃掉了。
And also channel ground, the graveyard is everywhere, and it's an example. It's a special practice method because those of us who are still alive, we same like drive passing by, or sometimes we purposely go to the channel ground or graveyard, say this is an permanent, this is where we could also end up, and we better, kind of reminder of practice.
那这个墓地呢，在藏区是到处可见的，这也是对于我们的一个提醒，也是一个我们的羞耻。通常我们就是活着的时候呢，也是，我有时候我们会专门的就开车路过，或者是专门的去墓地，这样呢提醒自己就是无常，关于无常，这是我们也会来的地方，要抓紧珍惜时间。
Because we often see, all of a sudden someone died, sudden death, and we pray for them, we say, oh, that's very sad, but it could be us anytime.
那就通常我们看到有人突然的死亡了，我们会为他们祈祷，感到是难过，但是呢，这种事情呢，也是随时可能降临在我们自己身上的。
Then continues, he would collect the clothing from the corpse, regardless of its condition or quality, give the better clothing to the poor, and himself wear the clothes, oldest of the clothes.
然后继续书中的故事呢，说这个奉行者呢，他会从这些尸体身上呢，就是收集他们的衣服，无论这些衣服的状况和质量是什么样的，稍微好一些的呢，他就送给穷人，最旧的呢，留给自己。
Lama 叫奉行者，
奉行者，
奉行者，哦，奉行者，疯疯癫癫的行者。
Yeah.
And because most of us even not dare to wear like live people, if someone used to, clothes so dirty, so we just always don't want to wear that. But this Mahasiddha, that's what we call, Mahasiddha, because he's beyond good or bad. Like Tilopa and Naropa, they all mostly spend their life or in the Mahasiddhas of India on the channel grounds, and always play with the skeletons and talking with the skeletons or wearing their clothes.
那通常呢，我们常人呢就是穿这个尸体上的衣服呢，都认为是很晦气的，所以是不会去穿的。但是呢，这个奉行者呢，我们称他是大成就者。大成就者呢，他们是超越了好坏这个概念分别的。就像我们的祖师帝洛巴、那若巴，他们的终生呢，大部分的时间呢是待在这个墓地上，就跟这些骷髅游玩呐，就跟这些骷髅讲话呀什么的。
If somebody says, "Oh, this cloth was, wearing by someone just died," and then when we look at that cloth, already feared and feel, you feel something presence of the death, or sometimes screaming. So that's how we see, those clothes. But it's Mahasiddhas, one hand they are beyond good and bad. On the other hand, they are making connection with those deceased ones through their possession, so they can benefit more.
通常呢，我们要是听说这件衣服是一个亡者他刚刚去世的人穿过的，那你立刻就心里面会升起一种这个排拒，一种害怕，或者是有的时候就感受到那种死亡的气息，有的人甚至可能会尖叫等等，我们是这样的反应。但是大成就者们呢，他们一方面是超越了好坏的这个概念的限制，另一方面呢，他是通过这样呢跟这个亡者结缘，就是穿他的衣物啊什么，跟这个亡者所拥有的财物结缘呢，这样他能够利益到这位亡者。
Then continues. Oh yeah. Also, like in Tibet, if someone passes and then they whatever the positions like clothes or everything used for dharma, and nowadays like there are so many people carving on Pime home, so the deceased clothes, there some of them are really good and they just sell or just give like that to others. So some people don't mind to take it and or sell with money and give that to those people who carve money or whatever way to accumulate merit.
那么在现在呢，藏区呢，一般是就是亡者去世之后呢，他的衣物和所有的财物呢，都会用在这个佛法上。因为现在有很多人在刻这个玛尼石，所以呢，他们就会把这些衣物呢，亡者的衣物卖掉或者送给他人，卖掉这个集来的钱呢，就去供养，就是刻这个玛尼石等等。
Especially if they have a really like jewelries or something very dared by them, or they're used to, and sometimes they could have a lot of attachment, so it's important to use for dharma.
通常呢，还有一些他们的珠宝，如果这些珠宝都是非常好的，那么这些亡者呢，很可能就是非常升起很多的贪念，所以最好是把这些珠宝呀，他们用过的东西呢，都用在这个佛法上。
And then story continues. When he was about to pass away, he demanded to be allowed to sleep in the temple of Talon, his monastery. He was refused, and so was said to temple custodian, "If you don't let me sleep here, I will have to vomit in the temple or cast other filth into it."
当他即将离开人世的时候呢，他就请求说能不能睡在他的寺院，塔朗寺，但是呢，他被拒绝了，于是呢，他就对这个监院说呢，如果你不让我睡在这里，我就要在寺庙里呕吐，或者是把他其他的脏东西给你扔进来。
Oh, well, I know it's kind of respect way to translate like that, but he was saying, "I will poo poo in the shrine if you don't let me sleep." That's the real word from him.
OK，这个英文和中文的翻译已经很客气了，就是很就是文雅了。实际上他说的话呢，就是说他要在这个寺庙里面拉屎，拉屎或者
因为这个他也不客气，我们不客气干嘛？And made the custodian even angrier than before, and he expelled the mad Siddha from the temple.
那这个当然就让这个监院呢就更加生气了，然后就把这个奉行者呢驱逐出了寺庙。
Because shrine keeper also has his responsibility to, make a shrine clean, and nothing can happen. And of course, if someone says like this, he will naturally reject.
当然这个监院呢，或者是这个佛堂的这个香灯师吧，他是要负责这个佛堂的一切的卫生安全等等的。那当有人这样说的时候，自然的他就是这样的反应，就把他赶走了。
Then continues, the mad Siddha went to the nearby home of a wealthy family and told them, "They won't let me sleep at Tano Monastery. I will sleep in your shrine room tonight." He slept there that night. On the next morning, he was discovered to be seated with his legs crossed in Vajra posture, his hands in equipoise, and his eyes gazing into space. He had passed away in that posture.
那后来奉行者就来到了附近一个富裕的家庭中，告诉他们说呢，他们不让我在达朗寺过夜，今晚我就睡在你家佛堂。那天晚上呢，他就睡在那儿了。 第二天早上，人们发现他以金刚跏趺坐，盘腿坐着，双手结着等持印，双眼凝视着天空，就那样去世了。
When his monastery was informed of this, they understood for the first time that he was a yogin who had attained siddhi. Regretting and confessing their previous treatment of him, they brought his remains back to the monastery with an elaborate procession. His remains became a basis of disciples' accumulation of merit.
当他的寺院被告知这件事的时候呢，他们方才明白他原来是一位已经获得成就的瑜伽士。他们后悔并且忏悔了之前对他的态度。用精心准备的游行队伍把他的遗体带回了寺院。他的遗骨呢，成为了弟子们积累资粮的所依。
So he originally wanted to be at the monastery, so he will be passing there and such miraculous passing.
本来呢，他是计划在这个寺庙中，就是显现这样神奇的这样涅槃的方式的。
Which is very important. Like monasteries have their own monks who attain enlightenment and passing in their own place as a very special mark of history.
那就是对这个寺庙来讲，这是其实是非常重要的，就是他寺庙里的僧人，获得了这样的政务的这样的成就，这个是他们的一个功绩啊，本来是对寺庙很好的事情。
Like our beloved Rinpoche, he loved KTD and Kamalai, especially latter part of his life spent his life in Kamalai and passed away in his own residence with meditation.
就像我们的堪布仁波切，他呢就是非常对于 KTT 和噶玛林闭关中心呢倾注了非常多的心血。他一生很多时间呢都是住在这个噶玛林的闭关房里。他最后去世圆寂的时候呢，也是在他噶玛林的这个住所自己的房间里。
And of course, before he passed, he spent few months at KTD, receiving the Chame Rinpoche's transmission, and yeah.
在他去世之前呢，他是花了好几个月呢，一直待在 KTD，在接受恰美仁波切的口传。就是恰美仁波切全集的一个口传。
So now the dedication of this life story of let's say mad Siddha or wrathful Siddha.
那这是这个奉行者的这个故事的一个回向。
Nowadays, monasteries expect Siddhas to be monastic lamas who are impressive upon first sight. May these biographies eradicate doubt. Oops.
他说呢，当今寺院之浅见，喇嘛僧出大成就。就说当今寺院呢，他们认为呢，就是这些大成就者呢，是出自这些堂堂的喇嘛僧的。然后堂堂也相貌堂堂，一见呢，大家就可以生出信心。愿这个传记呢，就是破了这样的迷惑的见解。
So, nature of mind, Buddha nature doesn't have any ranks, colors, stats. It's whoever, everyone has it. Whoever takes the opportunity, that person realizes.
那这个因为佛性呢，它是不分种族、不分这个地位，也没有任何的颜色的。任何人、任何一个个人呢，只要抓住机会呢，就能够证悟它。
But that doesn't mean like like sometimes we hear this kind of story, and then we may have misconceptions, like when you see monastics, others, they are different from, they are no different from us. We all have Buddha nature, but they are also, as we call, three jewels, the Sangha. It's very important. But the point here is saying that giving us an instruction or pointing us that those of us who feel discouraged or stressed, by worldly life, and a lot of emotions, anxieties could happen every day, but that doesn't obscure our nature of mind if we take opportunity to practice.
那通常我们听到这样的故事，也容易产生一种误解，就认为那从此以后我也不需要尊重寺庙了，寺庙那些僧人跟我们也没什么不同。这也是不对的，这就走到另一个极端了。就是因为这个僧人呢，他们还是属于三宝的，是我们应该礼敬的对象。这里要说的重点呢，就是对于通常呢，我们感到对自己，因为这个我们世俗的生活呢，感到沮丧和失望，内心充满种种烦恼情绪的时候呢，要有所了知呢。了知呢，就是这个佛性呢是不会被这些所有的烦恼所遮障的。只要我们抓住机会，珍惜机会，好好的修持呢，是能够有机会认证它的。
Especially nowadays, because 21st century, all the materials, let's put it this way: the 21st century, we so-called develop, which is actually increasingly developing material, which really mentally going opposite. Ancient time, people have less emotions, but nowadays, like we are so subdued by external things, materials, technologies, and our emotion is very aggressive.
那就是特别是在当今这个21世纪的时候，我们的物质是极大的发展了，但是我们的精神层面呢，却在萎缩，就是正好跟我们就是以前的前人的时代是相反的。我们的这些烦恼、五毒情绪都更加的炽盛，我们就是被束缚，就是被这些外在的物质、技术、科技进步等等的，就是束缚住了。我们的烦恼现在的烦恼是非常炽盛的。
And equally, we opportunity for looking at the nature of mind is also very rich, because when we talk about aggressive thoughts, anxiety, we are all talk about the our mind, and so the layers of thoughts are very aggressive, but also we must remind ourselves that our own ground or nature of mind is always present, and it's very important to take opportunity to recognize that every time we go to mental suffering, and it doesn't phase our nature of mind.
我们现在呢，其实呢，虽然我们的情绪五毒都很炽盛，但是实际上呢，我们来关心而获得了悟的机会呢，也反而因此而非常的丰富。就是当我们无论我们有什么样的负面的情绪，是具有多么侵害性的种种的心形，这时候呢，我们都可以提醒我们看到，所有这一切都是来自于我们心的。所以这个情绪烦恼炽盛呢，反而是更鲜明的来提醒我们呢，就是我们的根基，我们的佛性呢，它是恒在的。就是我们只要抓住机会呢，就有机会来通过我们所经受的种种的痛苦和烦恼来认识到它，认识到这些所有的烦恼情绪呢是没有办法遮障我们的心性的。
So now we meditate with this great master, even though he already passed nirvana, but his blessing, his compassion, his realization, it's always present. So now we meditate and make an aspiration. May we become like him, someone who mastered with compassion and went beyond any expectations or doubts.
那我们现在来禅修一下这位大成就者。虽然呢他已经就是圆寂了，但是呢他的加持、他的慈悲和他的证悟呢，都是恒常在的。所以呢，我们就来禅修一下呢，发起这个愿呢，就是发愿呢，说愿我也获得像他一样的成就，获得像他一样的慈悲和证悟，像他那样呢，能够圆满的成就所有的这些证悟，而离于一切的希冀和怀疑。
And we often pray to Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and also like Mahasiddhas, like Deva Baba. So those are already like 1,000 years ago, but we still pray. And these masters only happened less than 100 years.
通常呢，我们会祈请，就是以前的祖师大德，祈请诸佛菩萨，祈请大成就者，像帝罗巴、那若巴、马尔巴等等的祖师大德。那这些祖师呢，都是在千年离我们很遥，就比更远了，就是千年以前了。而现在我们说的这位成就者呢，他是距我们非常近，他也就是在100年之内的成就者，这些都是。
So you can meditate. I will chant the homage. And just to let everybody know that I just sing, whatever how I feel. I don't have a fixed melody.
拉玛呢，现在来唱诵一下这个礼经文，然后大家可以做禅修。拉玛说他唱诵呢是没有一个固定的曲调的，就是他心里面呈现出的现在呈现的曲调，他就这样就是任运的唱出来的。
Please don't take that as take seriously, because don't think it's a self-arising melody or something, but as in Guru Yoga taught that you call the Guru with whatever feelings or melodies you feel, and whatever sound it's like, just manage devotion. That's what I mean. Like, I don't think I'm composing something new melodies or something.
大家不要把这个当成那个好像是我有什么我来可以作曲呀，或者是有什么感悟感受之类感悟之类的。正像在上师相应法中所说的，当我们在向上师祈祷的时候呢，就是要发自内心真诚的感受到这个前进心，无论你用什么样的曲调、什么样的声音都是可以的，但是就是要发自内心的真实的感受。是这个意思，并不是说他有什么成就，或者是自己在能任意任运的做什么曲，不是这个意思。
But likely I'm using some of the excuse me. Likely I've seen like using some of Alvabelas, when he chants special melodies with Guru supplication or something.
那我通常习惯我会用呢 Loben 啦，就是创古寺的 Loben，他在通常祈请上师的时候会用的一些曲调，我会采用。
All right, now we go to next one, which is the fifth Mahasiddha, Jiang Johnson.
下面我们来分享第5位成就者江阳嘉岑。
有什么我I happen to cough a lot. It's not nervous. It's not maybe food, or it's just sorry to bother you. Sorry to interrupt you, and nobody wants to.
喇嘛说他最近有点咳嗽，也不是因为紧张，也不是因为什么过敏之类的，就是有点咳嗽，可能就是会打扰到大家，对不起。
一点也不紧张了。
他说他一点都不紧张。
也许是紧张吧，maybe deep down in nervous, it's possible, but I don't feel nervous. 奇怪。 issues. How do you say, Lama? Deep down and maybe nervous, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you say deep down in mind?
哦，那个潜意识里。
But I'm more excited, you know, sometimes because it's so happy that Rinpoche was so patient to tell these stories and never was translated into Chinese yet. So now it's happening.
那我其实更多的是非常的欢喜和这个有点激动，因为这个仁波切呢是花了很多耐心，然后这个终于把这些故事能够成书，能够讲出来。现在呢以前一直没有翻译成中文，现在呢开始在翻中文了，所以喇嘛很高兴。
So when Rinpoche told these stories, as he always does with if he talk about his gurus, and he always have like sometimes tears in his eyes, or sometimes you know, his voice have tears, which means, you know, very, very inspired when you talk about these life stories.
通常呢，仁波切他一般讲这些上师成就者的故事，他自己上师的故事的时候，眼睛里呢总是忍不住呢就含着泪水，然后说话有的时候说的时候，说话的声音也会颤抖。
And when I published the book, and Rinpoche saw it, and he was extremely happy, and you know, he joined his hands together, and this looks very good.
当这个书出版之后呢，仁波切就特别的欢喜，他看着这个书，拿着这个书，他合掌啊，就说，说这个书看起来非常好。
So I basically printed Rinpoche's biography as a text form, not like book form. I'm talking about, you know, printing text from the Rinpoche's biography, Siddhas of God, there's Lodunima Rinpoche's biography, and Pali Rinpoche's some of the biographies. So I had 4 big, not 4 volumes of texts, and then I, with Khenpo Rinpoche's, you know, permission, I offered all the Sangha members of Tongpa Monastery in Tibet. So they received 4 volumes for each.
那我当时呢成书之后呢，我就把仁波切的传记，还有这个来自噶地的大成就者，还有罗遮尼玛仁波切的传记和查列仁波切的传记，就都印成这个书呢，然后送给了创古寺的僧人每人一套。
And so this is Rinpoche's biography, much bigger than this, and in the future I do, I you know, I really want to go through his biography and just display through Zoom like this, you know, where Rinpoche meditated. You know, it's Rinpoche's biography is extremely important. Of course, there's a book you can read, but presenting through like you know, what we're doing, you know, this is a pretty big book, but you know, it could be a book study, and I could display where he was born, etc.
那我下面也计划呢，就是把仁波切的传记呢，也是更长一点的书，是一本，也以这种就是 Zoom 上学习的形式，为大家呈现出来。虽然是有这个书已经在了，大家可以读的，但是通过这样的学习就是的方式呢，也是非常重要的，所以未来可能也就是会继续呢，以这种读书会 Zoom 的形式呢，跟大家分享仁波切的传记。
这也是只能靠 Lama Sonam. That's all Lama Sonam's help, and if I have enough merit, I will, that's my next aspiration to go to, after this, go to Rinpoche's biography.
那老马说，希望他有足够的这个福德资粮呢，在讲完这本书来自噶地大成就者之后呢，还能够去继续的来跟大家分享仁波切的传记。
这也是靠 Lama Sonam 了。
Oh yeah, you said that.
Okay, now, Karma. Okay, I'm lost. Karma Java. First is homage.
Lama, new slides.
What?
Are you changing the slides?
Oh, what am I doing? I'm lost. There we go. Sorry. Now it's Daniel Johnson.
The fifth.
The first homage.
Lama, you have to update the slides. Did you? What we saw is still the fourth one.
Oh my mind is not. Now, can you see fifth?
No, it's still fourth.
That's weird. I see it. That's really funny, right?
Then you can stop the sharing and share it again.
Oh,
Probably.
okay, there, yeah. Let's see if I do this. Fourth.现在看的是什么？
还是第fourth？
那现在呢？
还是 fourth？ Still fourth。
现在呢？
Nothing change.
真的？
Yeah. You stop the sharing. Stop share.
Oh, I stop shared. Oh, 难怪。啊，是吗？ Okay, stop sharing, and then reshare. 啊，什么也没有。你对我这么。I think I'm not.
Probably the internet.
No, it's okay. I know exactly. I have to go back. Thank you, everybody, your patience, and I will have a way to do it, but takes 1 second. There we go. I have to go back to Lama Sonam, you mama. All right. Okay. Now, very easy. So easy. Can you see some? Oh.
Yeah, it takes time.
Takes time. Now we go to the fifth. That's Tunnel Gimba. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, you see.
You got it.
So now, fifth story is Jamion Johnson, and first pay homage.
第5个故事是讲杨家琛，首先是李静文。
You realized one, you accomplished a celestial rainbow body. You realized that all things are like rainbows. You were received by rainbow-bodied dakinis in an expanse of rainbow light and rays. I bow to you.
这个是很难翻的，因为它藏文诗呢，头一个字都是以同样一个这个红身的这个红字开始的，翻成中文就很难，然后就只能理解一下，就它是说呢，您成就了空行的红身的大德，您了证了一切诸法如红，您在红光三色明点之境中呢，以红身呢与空行相会，我礼赞。
So this is another way of composing. Composition is ja. It's rainbow, 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 4 rainbow.
这就是藏文诗的，又是一种这种诗体，就是每一句都是以这个红光开始的。
The first, even though rainbow, but also the second, third kind of even though start with the rainbow, with the rainbows, another term can be changed a little bit the subject.
虽然第一个字是红，但是它的第二个字呢，就是换了那个不同的对象。
For example, first saying that you accomplished celestial rainbow body. This master who achieved rainbow body, which means he realized everything like a rainbow, nothing is exist, including his own body.
那比如第一句呢是说，您呢尊者已经成就了这个空行的红身，已经了知呢诸法一切都如彩虹一样是如幻而无实的，甚至包括他自己的身体呢也是成就了像就是如这个红光一样幻化的。
So second, you realize that all things are like rainbow. That's exactly because he realized all things are like rainbow and nothing exists. That's why his body also become like a rainbow.
正是因为他了证了这个诸法呢，一切万法呢都是这个如幻化的，无实，没有实际存在的，所以呢，他获得了这个红身的成就。
And then third, you were received by rainbow body dakinis in an expansion of rainbow light. So third and fourth saying that he was fully realized. That's why the dakinis at the time of pass, dakinis invite him to the pure arms through the lights and the drops of rainbow.
那第3句和第4句说的是呢，他成就红身之后呢，所以在他就是涅槃圆寂的时候呢，那就这个空行母呢，就在这个红光和3色的明点之中呢，把他接到了他们的空行净土。
Or come, 不见我的树, you become rainbow body. Oh, here we go. So what does that mean? Is that for us, everything we experience, everything what we see, everything what we hear is real. We take it so real, so literally and so solid and so concrete.
那他的意思就是说呢，我们通常呢，一般呢，就是对自己的见闻觉知呢，都认为是非常的实有、非常的这个顽固不变的。
And so that's why we suffer a lot. We take everything literally and everything so real.
这也是我们经受种种痛苦的原因，就是因为我们把一切的这个种种的显现都把它执着为实有了。
But like Daniel Johnson's case, he sees everything not real, everything past and permanent and nothing to hold on.
那像讲杨家村的这个他的那个境界呢，就是已经了知了诸法呢，它都是无实的，是无常的，是没有任何可以执着的。
Daniel Johnson, then on page 13 on book, Daniel Johnson was also a monk from Talon, a such a monastery.
那这个他的故事在第13页，就说讲杨家村呢，他也是萨迦塔朗寺的僧人。
Realized one, okay, that's the homage. And then Daniel Johnson lived in a retreat. How do you spell adjacent?
Adjacent
To Talon Monastery. He was attended by a nun. As a result, people had little faith in him.
那讲杨江村呢，当时他住在就是离塔朗寺附近的一个闭关房，当时呢是有一位女尼师来照顾他的，这也导致呢当地的人们对他就没什么信心。
And so they, because when they see that he was he and nun was retreating, doing parts together, and then people have this misconception that he wasn't he was like a not real monk or something.
那因为大家看到他呢，跟这个尼师呢，就是在一起，然后就是一起修行修持，所以当地的人就会有一些这个错误的看法呢，就觉得他不是一个真正的出家人。
When I think I mentioned you one story about there was one Lama who was doing like based on his teacher Kempo Minso of Dzogchen. Kempo Minso of Nima master, very famous Kempo Minso. And he was doing like 3 years meditation in different sacred places, and he had an attendant as a nun.
大家还记得我之前讲过，就是有一位喇嘛，他根据他的上师堪布门色，就大圆满的上师堪布门色的教导，就是在3年内呢，要在不同的圣地去做闭关的时候呢，他当时的侍者呢，也是一位尼师。
And like Johnson and the local people who doesn't understand what's going on, and they're kind of, oh yeah, there was there's like a older Lama, there's Kama Samdu, the Lama's name is Kama Samdu, who was probably in the 60s, and older Lama has another nun, and we don't know what kind of person he is or such.
那当时呢，这位喇嘛他叫伽玛桑主，已经60多岁了。当地的人看到呢，也就是不知道不明所以，不知道怎么回事呢。就是说呢，这个老喇嘛有了一位尼师，这样说。
And so this nun was, I was receiving these transmissions from Kama Samdru, I received the Sutra of Liberation, words of my perfect teacher, and then I saw the nun, sometimes nun goes out to begging food or come back, and I felt that she was someone so realized, and she didn't have much fears or doubts, or anxieties. She was exceptional practitioner.
当时呢，我跟随这个，我从这个伽玛三主这个喇嘛这里面呢，就他跟随他呢得到了这个解脱经和圆满上师教言这样这2部著作的口传。当时我在接受口传的时候，就看到过这位尼师呢，他进进出出，他出去乞食。然后呢，我感受到他身上就是他是一位很杰出的修行人，就很了不起。他你就感受不到他有任何心里面有任何的这种疑惧呀，有任何的犹豫呀，或者是任何的焦虑。我感觉到他是一位非常出色的修行者。
And at days that there's like a fog on the mountain, and a little bit of rainy, and then they both I think that's how the weather condition where the guru lives sometimes, and they both like, I miss guru, and they both have like tears from their eyes, and then they chant special prayers to supplicate to guru, and so they're always in this very devotional state of mind, and also meditation state of mind.
You mean their guru lives in like a foggy, rainy place? Or they live in?
I think the guru mostly a hermitage place, and so whenever there's the Wantakundu place, there's little foggy and rainy, and they say, "Oh, I miss guru." I think that's where the weather condition everybody asked. They normally don't say that in a sunny days, but there's a little rainy going on and fog on the mountain, and they bring a lot of devotion, especially.
他们当时住的地方呢，就是在文成公主那个地方，有时候天气会变得起雾啊，或者是下雨。每到这个时候呢，他们就会说呢啊，我想念我们的上师了。然后他们2个人就好像眼睛里面都含着泪水呢，然后会念诵一些上师祈请文。喇嘛说呢很奇怪，就是天晴的时候好像就看不到他们这样做，等到稍微有点下雨、刮风或者有这种起雾的这种天气的时候，他们就总是这样说想念上师了。
Sunny days, especially Kamasandu, he goes on the mountain and then he look at the sun, the special Dzogchen practice, Turgal practice.
那在晴朗的时候呢，这个伽玛三处呢，他就会经常的会到外面站在山上去观这个光，就是一种大圆满的托嘎的修行。
So in short, we some of our monks led by myself, and we received so many transmissions and felt so much devotion to him, and also so much devotion to the nun who was so humble.
那我当时呢，就是记得拉玛他是在带领这个结下安居嘛，所以在那里跟随这个喇嘛呢，就受到了他的很多的口传。我们呢都对这个这个伽玛三柱呢和这位喇嘛和那位尼师呢都升起了很大的虔敬心。那位尼师呢总是显现得非常的谦卑。
And so that's people sometimes don't understand. They only judge by outside outer appearances.
所以就说一般的人呢，一般的凡夫呢，总是靠这个就是看这个只是看外相，来就是往下论断的。
And sometimes like masters who exercise their meditation, they purposely do something that people don't like or people criticize for them, so they could enhance their practice.
那有的时候像这样的大修行人、大成就者，他们故意的时候是专门的做一些就是，让就是违反大家一些通常这个认知的一些事情，就是让大家不喜欢的事情，以此呢来增上他们的羞耻。
Because when we receive Mahamudra practice or like some of the instructions saying that go to like public places and behave a little differently. So when people criticize you or such, see how your mental if your mind is still still.
那我们有的时候会领受大手印的教言，就会说呢，就是你现在就应该到那个公共场合去呢，就做一些很奇怪的事情，就是不被大家接受的事情。当别人来指责你的时候，你要看一下你的心呢有没有动摇。
But for us, we don't have to go any place because the world changed so much, and there are so many distractions and emotions, running so fast, and so you could use those to test. We could use those to test our, meditation.
但是对我们今天的人来讲呢，就是我们其实不需要这样做，我们不需要到任何地方去，因为我们的这个五毒烦恼是非常炽盛的，有种种的各种的纷扰啊，我们的情绪变化种种的都是非常快迅速的，其实是我们可以利用这些当下就能来验证我们的修行到底是如何的。
Especially those of us family and and the we have someone our meditations tested all the time.
特别是我们有家有口的人呢，那我们的这个禅修，我们的修正呢，到底好不好？是这个随时随地都是在被这个测试中。
For me, I always fail.
对我来说呢，我总是在失败的。
Sorry, but as Chamir Rinpoche mentioned, that even you don't have experience, as long as you have a blessing of the lineage, teaching is important. So it's like deaf cannot hear the sound, but that he or she can play a conch nicely, and other people could hear it.
虽然是这样的，虽然如此呢，但是就像恰美仁波切说的，即使是你自己没有亲身的一些觉受或者证悟，但是因为这个上师的加持，这个教法的加持，还是非常重要的。就是他就说像一个聋子，虽然他自己听不到声音，但是他还可以吹海螺，让别人听到。
And then we continue the story. 1 year, he became ill and remained so for a long time. One day during his illness, he asked that the officials of the monastery come to see him, which they did. They found him sitting in his retreat with a cup filled with his own blood set before him.
那有一年呢，他就生病了，而且病了很长时间。然后在他生病期间的一天呢，他就要求寺院的官员们来看望他。然后呢，他们寺院的官员就照做了。他们来的时候呢，发现他坐在自己的官房，面前呢放着一个装满了他自己献血的杯子。
And he told them, the chieftain of the Drodhul clan was very nice to me. Please give him this blood.
然后他说呢，这个扎沃族的这个酋长对我很好，请把这个血给他。Lama, the chieftain, shall I translate it as 酋长 or 村长?
I think it's more like he's the official leader of that clan. How do you say? He was a mayor.
Mayor 市长，就是村长，就是 OK. I'll think about it. OK.
In Tibet, like where we live, we have small regions have so many leaders.
Okay.
But Tao is a little, he's the kind of a 族长.
族长哦，族长可能更好一点。
Yeah.
族长 yeah.
族长.
Yeah.
And please give him this blood. Please give everything else I have to this nun, for she has been the kindness to me. without leaving a single drop of water or morsel, that's just a morsel of food, please lock and seal my door and hold on to the key.
然后他说呢，请把我所有的一切呢都转交给这位阿妮，因为呢他对我最仁慈了，不要给我留下一滴水或者一口食物，请锁好我的门并拿好钥匙。
After 7 days, as soon as the nun, please give everything down. After 7 days, as soon as the sun shines into my room, please open the door.
他接着说呢，就是7天以后，太阳一照进我的房间，请把门打开。
Some of the monks said that it would be better if they left him a little food and drink, but the other monks insisted that they follow his final requests. They agreed to give the key to the nun who could enter the retreat if the need arose. They instructed her accordingly.
有些僧人就说呢，还是给他留下一点食物和这个喝的东西会好一点。但其他僧人坚持呢，就说应该遵从他最后的请求。他们一致同意呢，把钥匙留给了这位阿妮。如果有需要的话呢，阿妮可以进入官房。然后他们还给了他一些相应的指示。
At sunrise on the 7th day, his door was opened. On his bed were his hair, nails, and clothing. His body had transformed into a rainbow body, leaving nothing behind. Seeing this, everyone understood that that he had been a Siddha. His clothing and nails were kept as supports for faith.
第7天，太阳出来的时候，人们就把他的门打开了，就看到床上呢有他的头发、指甲和衣服，他的身体已经化成了红光，什么都没有留下。看到这里，每个人都明白他是一位成就者。他的衣服和指甲呢就被保存下来，作为这个前进的对象。
So here doesn't say it, but those people who kind of talk about, judge about, must regret it and must did confession, like they did at Kamasandu and Wantakundu, the master I saw at Tongum, the Prince Wanchen Temple cave, and then slowly they discovered he was extraordinary master and had a lot of faith.
那这个，那这里虽然没有传记，虽然没有说，但是肯定呢，就是当时，就是对这个成就者有这种各种各样这种评论的这些人呢，肯定也是感到非常的后悔，并且做了忏悔。就像那个在那个伽玛桑主的故事里面，他在文成公主庙那里闭关，后来人们也意识到呢，他是一位大成就者。
So he left a cup of blood and gave to Tao clan, and so these are like similar to what Kimburimbuche gave the blood pills of 16 Kamapa. Whoever tests even said that someone tested will not experience lower arms or like further suffering.
他把他留给这个扎沃族的留下了一杯他自己的血，这就像是看不看他人不切，他用这个16世大宝法王的血呢做了这个保血丸，就是说呢，如果有任何人呢吃到这个保血丸呢，就都离开这个三恶道的痛苦了。
And this master was very realized and also was very, very compassionate, and loyalty, caring for his attendant, who saw him as like a Buddha and served, throughout his life, all the way to his passing.
那这位大成就者呢，他的证悟是非常高深的，他的慈悲也是非常深的，他就把这个给他这个照顾他，就是侍奉他，就是一辈子的这位阿弥呢，就是特别的慈悲。
And lastly, the dedication of oops, is that way? Yeah. So that is the story of Daniel Johnson, and in this story, what we find is that Daniel Johnson was someone constantly criticized by people, but he was remain. Nothing was faced. Sometimes when people criticize something, we are nervous and we try to change lifestyle, but he never did, and he was fully realized and displayed that his realization through he become a rainbow body, and also kind of left lesson to all that don't judge how you see.
那通常呢，就是这就是讲杨家村的故事。通常呢，我们受到人们指责的时候，指指点点的时候呢，我们都会感觉到紧张，或者是都想要改变一下自己的生活方式等等。但是对于讲杨家村这样证悟的大成就者呢，他展示了就是他的最后的成就呢，是以这个红光身来展示了他的成就。这也给我们呢留下一个教导呢，这功课呢，就是说我们不应该轻易的去评断他人的行为。
So now dedication, when I say dedication, both homage and dedication is basically the meaning or the essence of the story. It's related with the story.
那下面是回向文，我就像我之前说过的，这个每一个故事的礼敬文和回向文呢，实际上都是指向这个故事的它的要点的精要的。
Although the four foul breath of evil times pollutes our world these days, the power of the tantric teachings blazes like a fire. Therefore, abandon wrong views of actionless hermits, no matter what company they keep.
这个回向文就说呢，浊世恶气染污随汹涌，密咒教法熊熊如烈焰，故于山居离座之隐士，何者为伴，不应作往矣。
Yeah, so as we say, degeneration time is that our emotions also very aggressive. The word seems very aggressive. Our emotions are aggressive, and the Vajrayana practice is extremely effective, especially degeneration time, because people have a lot of suffering, a lot of emotion, a lot of stress. So we have to take this opportunity, this great opportunity to put into practice.
正像这个回向所说的呢，就是我们现在的五浊恶世，我们的烦恼 这个世界上的纷扰呢，都是非常的炽盛的。正当这个时候呢，实际上金刚乘的教法是极其的有效的。我们呢就应该就是以这些我们所有的这些经受的痛苦、种种的烦恼和这个压力、经受的种种的这些情绪呢，作为这个法道，然后善用这个机会，这个大好的机会呢，来做修持。
As we have the group like WhatsApp group, WeChat group called self-liberation. Self-liberation means I talk this all the time, and it's very important. Self-liberation Mahamudra. I saw a calligraphy by Siddhas as well. Randro Chaja Chimbo means, Chaja Chimbo Mahamudra means Randro, self-liberation.
就像我那个微信和这个 WhatsApp，我们都有一个这个共修群，叫做自解脱群。这个自解脱呢，就是这个大手印的这个自解脱。我还看到过西多仁波切写的一个这个书法，就叫做自解脱大手印，让桌恰恰千波。
So self-liberation is not wrote on books, not learned from books, not anything else, but self-liberation is has to be practical, which means these aggressive thoughts, stress feelings, their natural is always self-liberated.
那这个自解脱大手印呢，它不是只是写在书面上的，它也不是你可以从文字上学习来的等等，你不是可以从外在学习来的，它应该是呢非常实用的、非常有效的，就是因为呢我们所经受的种种的这些烦恼、情绪、妄念，都是呢它的本质呢就是自解脱的。
Which means as we always repeat again, is that while we go through emotions, while we go through stresses, and while we go arise negative emotions, and days like we feel very suffering, and at the same time our suffering or stress or emotions are very relative. It does not affect the ultimate nature. While we experience all of this, at the same time, our ultimate nature, our real mind is always beyond that, always calm, always spacious, emptiness.
那就像我之前总是在一再的说讲这个意思啊，就是无论我们经受了什么样的这个负面的情绪、种种的烦恼，我们所经受的痛苦，有的时候呢，有些时日呢，就是感受到非常大的痛苦。那么这个时候，其实在经受痛苦的这个同时呢，当下呢，我们应该认识到，就是我们的这个相对的心，就是所有这些相对的情绪呢，它是不能够影响到我们究竟的心的，我们真实的心。真实的心呢，它是超越所有这些种种的烦恼情绪的，它的本性呢，就是宁静的，是广大的，它就是空性。
So if we don't take opportunity now, don't expect one day you have you will realize it. But every day, especially the days that you feel suffering, take these opportunities.
如果我们现在当下不抓住当下的这个机会来修心的话呢，那你就不要指望说终有一天呢，你会就是认证它的本性了，这是不可能的。所以呢，我们就是要利用就是每天，特别是在我们就是经受到这些烦恼情绪的那个当下呢，就要去抓住这个机会来修心。
And that's as the Buddha mentioned. I taught you how to liberate yourself, but liberation is up to you.
正如佛陀所说的，我为你们是这个解脱的道路，但是解脱呢，却是在你们自己。
Which means that self-liberation, we have to take opportunity. Don't wait until like, days that I feel better, I want to do some practice. So, especially the days that we are suffering and stress and unexpected things happens, and that's the time we have opportunity to look at our nature of mind, because emotions constantly reminds us, so we have to take opportunity.
这也就是说呢，这个解脱呢是在我们自己的手中的，我们要利用这个所有的机会，特别是在我们经受这些痛苦和烦恼的这些强烈的情绪的时候呢，经受这些意外的事件等等，意外的打击等等，这个时候呢，正是我们应该来观星星的时候。我们所有的烦恼情绪呢，它是实际上恒常的是对我们的是一种提醒。
Lama, did we do meditation?
No.
Uh-oh. I'm lost. Oh, 已经水晶哦哦，已经夜了，还很久，忘记了。The more you get older, the more you okay. Johnson. So now I would like you to meditate when I chant it.
现在喇嘛来唱诵这个回向文的时候，请大家做禅修。
But first I will read the dedication, and then after that meditate, okay? So.
首先来念诵这个回向文，然后来禅修。
Hey, Lama, I think I read it.
Yeah, you read the dedication already.
Oh, yeah, that I didn't do meditation. Oh, oh, yeah. It's okay. Now I will. Oh, yes, 感觉是碰位的. So now I chant the prayer, the supplication, and you can meditate.
那现在我们来念诵这个礼赞文，然后大家可以禅修。
So our aspiration is may we become like Master and Johnson, who realize everything as rainbow, nothing exists in nature, and become a rainbow body.
那我们发愿呢，就是说，希望我们也能够成就像江村这样的成就呢，证悟到万法呢，诸法呢都是如红光般幻化的，是没有任何实有的。
Jal kai je chad to de ja chan da ve chana do de ja ve se sa te le no ne All right, thank you very much, everybody. It's time for us to do the dedication prayer. We dedicate this message for all sentient beings, especially may those of us who study and practice may be able to achieve a liberation like all these masters did. Follow their example.
谢谢大家，然后我们现在来做回向，把我们所有的功德回向给所有的众生，特别回向给所有的在文思的法友，希望我们呢也能追随这些大成就者的足迹，获得他们同样的成就。
Also, I personally offer this merit to my gurus, and I'm sure especially Kimberbuchi is pleased to see that we are engaging such merit, especially reviewing the Siddhas of God.
我个人呢特别将功德呢回向给我的上师们，特别是堪布卡塔仁波切。我相信呢，仁波切是看到我们在文思学习这个大成就者的故事呢，他是会欢喜的。
So thank you, everybody.